In case you're wondering, we are here doing our pilot for what's going on here at Giggles. And you just saw a great performance by the African King of Comedy, Micheal Blackson, here on the set, everybody.
Thank you.
How did you get into comedy, man?
Immigration.
Immigration? Tell me about it.
No, I started, comedy came from the States I went through when I was a kid. You know, when I came to the States about 20 years ago. Can't hear me?
You guys gotta speak up because that's just going to the cameras.
I don't have to, right? You said?
You just gotta speak up a little bit because that's just going to the tapes.
Okay, so my song for the audience, I'm talking for the people.
Talk to the audience.
Oh, okay. All right, well, ask me that question again.
How did you really get into comedy? What spurred it? What made you want to aspire to just do comedy?
It all started out from just being, coming to the States about 20 years ago, the things I went through as a kid. You know, I first came to the States, man, it was back in like 85, where it was Africans when I style. Then,
okay.
You know, it was just years when it was all about light skin, everything. And I came, it was really hard for me.
Really?
Skin, yeah, it was tough when I first came. They made fun of me every day in school, every day. And as I got older, I decided to take everything they said about me and take it on stage, and now I'm getting paid, mother suckers. So who got the last laugh now?
Now you're from Ghana.
Yeah. Well, I don't like to say what specific country because, I spent my life in Ghana, Liberia, Nigeria, so I kind of represent all those countries. I just represent Africa, period, you know. But, Ghana, I guess, would you say is my birth home. But, I just, like, a lot of Nigerians feel like I'm Nigerian, so, and a lot of Liberians feel like I'm Liberian. So I just like to sound.
Okay, now, who are some of your inspirations for your comedy? Because you do have, a kind of an aura about you, kind of like Richard Pryor. You kind of got an old school flair. Who were some of the people you looked up to?
When I first came to the States, I think I missed the Richard Pryor era. Eddie Murphy was the first one I saw when I first came, and I thought he was the funniest thing ever. He was probably one of the first people I looked up to as far as comedy.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy was the first one, yeah.
Now with Comic View and BET and Comedy Central, and HBO and all of the comedy outlets, the market seems so flooded. Where do you feel your niche is?
It's so flooded right now. The only way you can stand out is being as original as possible. And that's why I'm glad I'm from Africa, because that's, if you might not even know my name, you just be like the African dude, everybody would know. So you got to find a way to stand out. And, fortunately for me, my background is what makes me stand out. So, and then you should just try to be different from everybody else, because it's flooded with so many comics now. Thank God for like Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy for opening the doors, and everybody wants to do it, but you just got to find a way to stand out. Thank God I'm African, and I can put on my garb and go on stage and be distinguished from everybody else.
Now, do you get a lot of, when you are in Africa and you go visit, do they ask you, you're representing us very well, mm-hmm. Like people say, I'm carrying New York. Do you feel like you're actually carrying Africa as a diplomat as well?
Yes, I definitely am. And Akon came and took some of the pressure off my back, you know what I mean? But music is so different. Music, people are more accepted to music. Akon came, I was doing, he's been out there for a while, but I was doing my thing a lot more. And then he came with the music and he had some incredible hits. So now he's carrying the load, But at the same time, I am too, because when they think music, they think of him. They think comedy, they think of Micheal Blackson. So I feel like I'm carrying the South Africans. They all look up to me as a comic, and I feel like I'm carrying a whole continent on my back.
Now you talk
it's
about
a heavy
Akon.
ass continent.
You talk about Akon. Yeah. Now he was getting a little ribbon for having 3 wives. Do you have 3 wives? How many wives?
I wish I did. I can afford 3 wives. They're too damn expensive.
Now
one at a time when I saw that.
But he said something that was really good though. He did one of the BET pieces, and he was saying that he was looking at some of the differences in Africa and African Americans, and it's that he said that in Africa, when a member of the family gets older, they stay together, they stay home. But he says he sees in America that the family gets more, apart.
Yes.
So how do you feel about that difference that he pointed out? Do you feel that it shouldn't be like that, or do you feel that
definitely?
it's just
you gotta, right. I noticed that when because, a lot of time when foreigners come from Africa and they come to the States, even Jamaicans and Haitians, the number one job they always get is they work in a nursing home. They work in a nursing home where these old people drop their parents off. Was it his 60, 70 years and don't be bothered by them? But in Africa, it's so different because we look up to the older. The older you get, wiser. So we need you around to teach us the way, teach us how to be wise as you are. And I noticed that in America, right? There's not enough bonding with parents and grandparents than it is back home, where the old one stays in the house till they die with us.
Well, so for some of the people who are watching the show right there, who are thinking about putting their parents in old folks home or senior citizen home, sit there and tell them what you really feel they should do.
She's the one that raised you. Now it's your turn to take care of her. So you keep her in the house. I don't care if you be running your little boyfriends in the house. You hide them upstairs in the attic. And you keep grandma right there. Like if she got poop on herself, let her do it in the damn house. She raised you. You pooped to her. Now she gonna poop on you, mother sucker.
Now you said something earlier when you were doing your piece. They didn't see that piece because we didn't tape it.
Okay.
But you also said you want Hollywood to reach out to you and let you get you a sitcom.
Yeah.
Now you've done a lot of movies. I mean, you've done great performances, and dark skin is in now. It's cool to be dark. So what do you want to tell Hollywood about some of the parts that you would like to play, especially with this program, because this is a pilot program for the execs who are going to be seeing it. What would you tell them about your talent?
I could do it all. I watched Rush Hour 1 and 2. I could play a detective. I could play a teacher. I could play anything. I could be funny in anything I do. I'm just ready. Just give me the opportunity. I'm ready to. I could do anything, man. I have a crazy fan base out there, and they're ready to see me do my thing. So I don't care what situation it is. I'm ready for it, Hollywood. Just give me the chance, you mother sucker.
Now, I know you got a lot of merchandising things going on. Do you have a website where, like, if people want to get you and book you and have you do some appearances and get some of your paraphernalia?
Definitely.
Give us.
Go to my website. My website is my name, MichealBlackson.com. MichealBlackson. I'm also on MySpace. You can find me through email. Email me, MichealBlackson@hotmail. I don't care.
Now, you talked about some of the things that are culturally not good with us putting our seniors away. Before we close out this segment, tell me some of the things you love about America, and then tell me some of the things you just do not like about America.
Man, overall, I love America. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here. I mean, the greatest thing about this country is the opportunity. This is a land of opportunity. You could become whatever you want to be. You want to be homeless, you be homeless. You can be a millionaire, you can be a millionaire. Whatever you put your mind to, you could do it. You guys live in the greatest country ever, and you need to take advantage of it because you could do anything you want to. That's what I noticed. I mean, I came from Africa from nothing, from a little boy from the village. My mom had 7 kids, and she ran us around, from village to villages, brought us here. My mother we lived in somebody's basement, and she worked at McDonald's. And then, and I had this talent that God had in me, and I brought it out, and now look where I'm at, and but this is a country where you could do anything you want to do great, or if you want to be on great, you could be on great. So, this is the great thing about this country. That's what I love the most, is the opportunity. That's why everybody comes here from all over the world, comes over here because they want to dream, and this is the land of dream. And when I was a little kid in Africa, my mother is an evangelist, and she preached the gospel, and she said, one day I'm going to take you to the promised land. Of course, the real promised land is heaven, but then the other promised land was America. That's why everybody in Africa look at America as this promised land before heaven. And I'll take advantage of it and be whatever you want to be. You guys live here, you're from here, and you take advantage of this wonderful country, and it's plenty of money. Everything you want is here.
Okay. But
What
now,
I don't like?
what you don't like? Yeah, what you don't like? We don't want immigration to come get you, so be careful.
Yes.
You mother sucker.
You mother suckers. Wow, why do you like? I guess the crime. You know, the crime. I mean, one thing about Africa was so peaceful. Turn on the news and somebody's dead every minute. Except it's a civil war, of course. I mean, we got some stuff going on in Sudan right now, and there was some stuff. You know, when it's wars, you know, Africans they lose their mind when it's wars, and they really take their people out. But without just being no war, I mean, you know, as far as like peace of mind and how you can live, you know, old age, and there are less diseases as far as like the heart attacks, and because of the food we eat, you know, more natural. You know, and I guess America is, is the crime, and is, you know, and it's just, you know, promise. It's like your life is, you know, promise to live a long life here. You know, your life could be shortened. You know, so you just got to take advantage, do all you could do, and be the best you can be while you're alive, because you don't know when it's gonna go in this country. You never know. I mean, look what happened the other day. Kid went in class and killed everybody. Did you know, 18, 19 years old, did you know you was going to die at that age? You know, so your life is short, so take advantage of it while you're here, you know. But that's the only thing I don't like. It's just like somebody could just come and just take your life any minute in this country. Just, you know.
Well, man, I want to thank you for coming out here to Giggles, to what's going on, and being a part of what we're trying to bring here to
It's
the
incredible.
local Hempstead area. And God bless you.
Appreciate it,
And
man.
thanks for coming
Thanks
in,
for
ladies
having
and gentlemen. Micheal Blackson.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yes. Thank you very much.
Oh, I've been